Hi there, my name is Eli and welcome back to my channel, Draculasia. And in today's video, I have the brand new Monster High, Monster Fest Clawdeen Wolf doll. I am so excited for her. I've been waiting. I kind of like did these two and then took a little break, and now I'm going to be doing Clawdeen. And she is the third one I'm opening up from this series. I've already taken a look at Frankenstein and Cleo Denial. Loved both of these if you want to go check out that video. I did give Cleo bangs since we've last seen her, and I think she looks so good now. So just wanted to mention that. And today we are taking a look at Clawdeen. Here's a quick little look at her in the box. All her accessories, her clothes, the Monster Fest logo. I do feel like we're missing like the usual like character art on these, but the doll does feel sort of like front and center, so I don't mind it, I guess. And then on the sides of the box, there is some like little artworks and icons that are really cool that are very themed to Monster Fest. And then on the back, this is what it looks like. It says Monster Fest with the characters. I feel like they're just a little too tiny. Like, I don't know. And Clawdeen in particular looks a little goofy. Like these ones look okay, but something about Clawdeen's face looks a little strange, which is fine. It happens, whatever. And then you have a little scene of the festival and a write-up that says, Frankie, Clawdeen, Cleo, and Laguna have scored tickets to Monster Fest, the most electrifying music festival of the year. They each shine in uniquely fabulous and gorgeously glam lyrics. Decked out with freaky chic handbags and posters of their fave bands, the ghouls can't wait to snack on slime nachos, snap spherical photos, and dance the fright away. So yeah, it's like a summer music festival themed line. Think like Coachella, Lollapalooza, what else? Is a Stagecoach one of them? I don't know what else, but you know, you get the idea of it. We just had Coachella this past like 2 weeks, so it feels very appropriately timed and released, and I love that. The fashion is very fun, a little dated, at least in Clawdeen's case. Like Clawdeen is definitely giving like a little bit more of like 2014 Tumblr vibes, which I don't mind. Like, look at the flower crown. So Lana Del Rey coded, right? Which I lived through these days, okay? I was there when Born to Die was released, and I was listening to Lana day one. So very cool to see a doll like this that feels inspired from that era that I love. And yeah, enough chit-chatting. I can't wait to unbox her. So I'll take her out of the box and we'll take a closer look at what Clawdeen has to offer. Okay, I am back and I have finished unboxing Clawdeen, and I am so enamored with her. I already feel like she is going to be one of my favorites. These two have already been very stellar, and it just feels like Clawdeen is following in their footsteps. But before I take a look at Clawdeen in all her entirety, I do want to take a look at her accessories first so we can knock those out. So here are some of them. These are like food accessories. These are probably the slime nachos that the back of the box referenced, and this is what they look like. Oh, that comes out pretty easy. Like, it doesn't stay in there, like, at all. Like, it's not like a snap. So even though she can hold it, like, these are just going to slide right out. Well, that's weird. That's weird. But there they are. They're like little moon tortilla chips and nachos. Pretty cool accessories. And the salsa, the Scolette-shaped salsa is kind of like a raised feature. So very cool. And they do have that new kind of like printing technique that they're using in the series, which I actually want to talk about. I will talk about it when I get to the purse because I feel like that's one of the more interesting pieces that is printed. And then here is this drink that she comes with. It looks very tasty. I don't know what it is. And there is a wolf, like a howling moon wolf. They placed my sticker on very poorly. I wonder if I can like re-stick it because it's like very poorly placed, which sucks, but yeah, oh well. And then you get some like little wristbands. One of them is like a little admit one ticket. You can see it says admit one. So she has admission into the festival, and I'll put that on her wrist later. And then Frankie and Cleo had like matching bracelets. I don't know what this is gonna look like. What is it? Okay. Okay. It's not matching. It's just like a little strip, like a leather strip almost. Very plain and kind of sad because Cleo and Frankie's were so cute because they were themed to one another. I guess, you know, Clawdeen's just running solo at this festival, but I bet you she's going to check out the Hisfits. So, hey, who knows? Maybe not for long. Yeah, maybe this will be a Torlight bracelet down the future. Come on, Clawdeen. Okay. And then here are her other accessories. Okay, we'll start with the camera. They all get a Polaroid camera, and this is what Clawdeen's looks like. Kind of cool, kind of creepy. I like the eye and a moon and star and a paw print. And then, yeah, look at a little constellation of a wolf. Very cool. I like these Polaroids. They don't have the little slots for photos like Frankie's did, like the first core Frankie did, but that's fine because those photos get lost easy. These are really fun, and I'm glad we're getting it. They're really cool. And then this is a little like frivolous. It's like another ticket. It says Monster Fest. So you get the ticket and the wristband, but I don't mind it. And then lastly, you get a pair of sunglasses. Okay, these are Clawdeens. They are some round lenses. I don't know. I was really, really loving Cleo and Frankie sunglasses, and these just don't feel as exciting. Should we just try them on real quick? Let's see. There they are. They look okay. They're a little bit, not a little bit, they're a lot of it, like, opaque. I wish they were more translucent, personally, but they're not. They're very kind of cloudy. Yeah, I'm not vibing with these as much, which is sad, but that's okay. There have to be some flops here and there, and these glasses just aren't my favorite, which is, yeah, sad. I loved Cleo's scarab glasses and Frankie's, like, heart-shaped lenses. So, yeah, sad. Okay, but Clawdeen does have a gorgeous, gorgeous handbag, and it's quite long and chunky. There's like tassels right here, and as you can see, there's this beautiful printed, like, kind of geometric prism moon and wolf silhouette with some like stars right there and like the night sky behind it. And I mentioned this in my Cleo and Frankie video, how a lot of these accessories in this series have this technique. A lot of the food accessories, the bags, there's like a necklace and the crown that have this type of printing technique. And I just think it's really cool, and it elevates the fashion. It adds a lot of detail, and I really, really like it compared to, like, we had a lot of, recently in Monster High, we've had lots of like ombre boots with no paint details, or just like shoes and other accessories that come unpainted. And, you know, it sucks that they aren't figuring out a way to give us details, but it definitely feels like they are advancing their technology. And someone had posted on Reddit, which is so random, the Monster High community, but they had found Annalise Lau's like portfolio, like personal professional portfolio, which I guess it's like public info. It does feel a little bit creepy looking at it when you're looking at it as a fan and not as a prospective employer. But I did look at it because it's very intriguing. And in it, she does mention that I'm assuming she designed for this Monster Fest line, and that it was a deliberate effort on Mattel's part to develop like printing techniques like on this bag, like on the necklace and the crown, to add more detail at a cheaper cost. And I think she called it, like, there was an not an anagram, an abbreviation for the printing technique that they used called DIJ, which I try to like Google what that meant, and I think it's digital inkjet printing. And she does mention that like this new printing technique is able to print on like dimensional accessories such as this purse or these headbands, and that this was like a new feature that was launching with this Monster Fest line. So that definitely has me hopeful that we'll see this type of technique and future doll lines from here on out. And I had also praised in my Frankie and Cleo video how I love that these dolls are only $25 for all these cool accessories and fashions and good quality hair. Like, it feels like a very competitive, fair price point, you know, excusing the doll stands, which I will continue to mention, but everything else feels pretty fair. And it's just really interesting that as like fans, we can kind of observe and hypothesize like what's happening behind the scenes, and then have something like this little bit of information come out that sort of like reaffirms all of our fan speculations. So very cool that Mattel is progressing as far as technology goes, because I really think it is worth it, and the payoff is really, really good. Okay, so those are all of her accessories, but before we get into Clawdeen and her fashion and her hair and her makeup and all of the fun things she has to offer, I have something to mention. So this Clawdeen I actually bought from Walmart in person today, but I had ordered one online on like Monday, I want to say, and she came in today, and it's this Clawdeen. And I got her in, and I just was not vibing with her face. Like, something about it looked off to me, and I wanted to go get a different one. So I went and bought this one in person, and I just want to show their faces side by side real quick, because I do feel like they are slightly different. Granted, you know, she's still in the box, but the eye shapes are very different. And I feel like the one on the left that I didn't unbox, The eyes feel a little bit more squished, like they're not as round. And something about her face was a little uncanny to me. Like I just didn't like it. And I had seen the people I had seen posting this doll. This is kind of what they had looked like, and I was kind of skeptical because I was like, "Oh, I don't like her face," you know. But when I was at Walmart today, there was 4 of Clawdeen, and I was able to pick out of those 4 like which one I liked the best. And this one, her eyes seemed a little rounder and kind of more aligned with the screenings that I'm used to for Generation 3 Clawdeen. So this is the one that I picked out, and I just wanted to mention that because, you know, even though these are brand new dolls, there's always going to be some slight and subtle variations between the batches that get released, you know, and the way the face shape looks, or the eye shape, or the lips, or the makeup. Like, there's always going to be something subtly different between each doll. So this is the one that I picked. I think she's gorgeous. And starting off with her makeup, she has this really nice kind of lavender smoked out on the bottom, very thick. It's very thick on the bottom and then it thins out, as you can see, as it goes on the inner corner. And then there's also a layer of gold and then kind of more of a magenta-y pinky purple. Very pretty makeup, very unique. The best feature, three best features on why I love this face. Number 1, we have these like constellation freckles. You can see there's like gold, there's like a star right there. Are you kidding me? And we're finally getting some blush back. I like the blush. Number 2, I love a berry lip on Clawdeen. We had a similar shade on Ghoul Spirit Clawdeen, which was the first G3 Clawdeen, and I loved that lip shade on her, and we have not gotten something like it since. They are slightly different. I don't have one on hand to compare it to, but I love this lip shade on her. And then another cool feature is she has a new edge pattern, as you can see. Let me show you the other side. Look at that. So beautiful. I love it. I don't know what those dots are. They're kind of like an iridescent shimmery dot. Maybe they're carrying on like the galaxy design. Oh my gosh, beautiful. I love her face. Definitely such a standout. That's why I was very, very particular about which face I picked out, because I have become such a huge Clawdeen fan in Generation 3, and I feel like she kind of was paid dust by fans when she first came out because of her polypropylene hair. And it's so great to see that she has Saran hair. Look at this purple Saran hair. Okay, on camera, it's giving a little bit more deep, vivid, like kind of grapey eggplant purple. But in real life, it's less vivid like this. It's a little lighter in real life. I don't know how to describe it in real life. I'm trying to decide what words I want to use. No, it's giving more eggplant here, and then on the camera, it's giving more grape. That's probably the best way to describe it. That probably does not help. But nonetheless, all that being said, it is gorgeous, gorgeous Saran hair. And look at this like curl pattern. And it's super soft. I know dolls that have curly Saran, typically in the past, have had like very terrible hair to tame and touch straight out of the box. Off the top of my head, Monster Ball, Laguna and Draculaura, Creep Over Twyla. Like a lot of the curly Saran we've had so far has been terrible, but this feels so soft and so nice. I can't wait to wash it and style it. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but something fun, hopefully. But overall, hair and makeup, 10 out of 10. I feel like she stands out amongst all other Clawdeens we've had so far. And I love purple on Clawdeen, so I'm happy. I was low-key debating because I gave Cleo bangs. I was like, am I just going to give every doll in this series bangs, like Laguna and Clawdeen? But then I saw Clawdeen's edges, and I was like, no, I can't cover that. So she's not getting bangs, sorry. Maybe down the line if I get a double when she goes on sale. But now moving on to her fashion, we're going to go head to toe. And she does have a similar sort of like crown slash, well, I guess they're both crowns, like headband, I guess, and crown piece. I'm going to call this like the crown piece and then this the headband piece. And they're very different mechanisms than our previous 2 characters because Clawdeen has huge wolf ears. So this front piece right here in gold is actually held in her ears like earrings, as you can see. So it comes out pretty easy. Well, I say that and then I'm struggling. It does. It comes out pretty easy, which is super cool that they came up with this mechanism. Kind of funky that this is like a mid earring placement and this is like a high earring placement. I don't know why they couldn't have just been symmetrical, but that's the way they decided to do it. Maybe it's because Clawdeen's earring placements are always like that amongst other dolls. So maybe that's meant to make this piece versatile if you wanted to put it on another Clawdeen of yours. That's my best guess. Okay, and then this other piece, it does come with some factory ties right there that are securing it in place. I will cut those off, but I did want to show what it looks like before it gets cut off, like where they are placed. And you can see this kind of wraps around the back of her ear. I am a little more nervous with this piece right here, this headband piece, how well it's gonna stay on her head once I take the ties off, but let's figure it out. I'll cut them and be right back. Okay, I freed the headband and here it is up close off of her head. You can see there's that new printing technique that they are using. We have some beautiful flowers. They look like, is it like a morning glory is what they look like? I think that's correct. A morning glory is the kind of flower they are. And there is some like obelisk style gem, probably amethyst because it's like a purple, maybe like a quartz, you know, like a healing rose quartz or something. And that is the mechanism. I love that it's a translucent piece, you know, for these like crystal shards. Very cool. And then let's try to just like put it over her head and see how well it stays. Because they wrap over the ears is the technique. Okay. Okay. Yeah, they're a little... This is my first time doing it, so I'm getting the hang of it. I don't want to like mess it up, the hair. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it does snap on. It's a little... It takes some effort. I tried my best. But it's on there, you know? It does snap. Like this little edge of the flower kind of holds it right there. So pretty cool mechanism that they came up with. I like it. You know, I need to lay her hair flat so you can see the flowers. It's okay, but I like it. And then you can layer this piece on top. Or if you just want to give her earrings from another doll, you can do that. I really like this piece, so I'm going to put it back. And there she is. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, so that's the mechanism. Very easy, very user-friendly. I really like it. And then this crown piece has on this side a sun and some stars, and then a moon on this side, and then kind of a geometric moon right there. Beautiful. I love the sort of balance between the gold and the purple. It looks really good. And that is how that mechanism works. Also, by the way, I'm just obsessed with this hair. So soft. Like if you get this doll, you will know what I'm talking about. Love it. Love this Clawdeen. Okay, now let's look at her fashion. Okay, now I'll take a closer look at Clawdeen's fashion. So looking from her fashion from like a full scope, head to toe glance, like just looking at everything, I really like all of it together. I think she looks really, really put together. She feels complete. I kind of like her fashion the most so far. Like seeing her next to Frankie and Cleo, it feels very, very solid. Like it doesn't feel like she's off balance or she's missing something. Like she definitely feels like she was given lots of love and care put into this design, and I am here for it. Now, starting off with her coat, like her jacket, I do think this pink color kind of threw me off at first, but holding her and seeing her, I don't hate it. It does add some nice contrast, so everything's not like one note. And this is definitely a standout piece. Like these sleeves are a translucent sheer kind of organza fabric with gold metallic constellations on them. And the best part about this Clawdeen is that this fur does not feel like bad. Like it kind of actually feels soft for once, which I feel like every time we get fur in Monster High. And whether it's like a fur stool that came with Clawdeen or like Abby or Clawdeen's refreshed look had that really bad, let me grab it, I have it right here. This really ugly kind of like varsity jacket with these fur arms. This fur like does not feel good. If you have this doll, you know what I'm talking about. This fur just is like not fun to touch. And collecting MGA products like Rainbow High, Bratz, LOL Surprise, their fur is so good. If you have a doll from them that has fur, like that fur is super soft to touch. And it makes me so sad that Mattel has not given us like soft faux fur. And I feel like this is the first Monster High doll that I felt in Generation 3 whose fur does not feel terrible to touch. I'm so happy. I know it's so minor, but like for me, it's very, very cool. And that fur is a through line with her boots as well, which we'll get to. And then I'll take this jacket off so we can see what's going on underneath her. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best here without taking her off the stand. Got to bend some elbows. Okay. Yeah, I really like all the layers you get for these dolls. You can dress them up, dress them down. Very fun. I feel like they have really good styling potential. Like I can definitely see myself when these dolls clearance out, picking up extras to use their pieces on restyles. Okay, so there is this piece off of her. It's not lined, which is fine, but it's very nice. It's very well constructed. And even this material, it probably will age over time and peel, but it's not very stiff and shiny. Like the shiny fake pleather that's very stiff that you don't want to bend. Like it's not giving that. Like you can bend it and it doesn't really resist, but it's still, it's kind of a low quality fabric. But overall, I like this piece. I like it a lot. And then underneath, she has a necklace that features that new screen printing technique. Very cool. Tons of colors on there. You can see there's like gemstones, a tassel, a moon design, and it does kind of like hang around her back. There was something similar. I think Frankie's necklace was like that as well. And it is tied with a rubber band to keep it in place, as you can see, which I like when they come like that personally. But I'll move it so we can see her top. Just sort of like a little tube top with some spaghetti straps. And then there is the back. Pretty simple, but I like it. I still like it. And then her belt. Okay, I'm gonna undo this because her belt is elastic around her, but it's making the belt like protrude like that, and it just looks very bad. So I'm gonna cut off this elastic and see what the belt looks like without it. Okay, now that I've cut it off, it does sit a little nicer, as you can see. And you can scooch it down if you want. No, you actually can't. It like bounces right back up. Okay, and it only has one size placement. Some belts will give you multiple size placements. This one does not. And it's just a gold plastic. The belt has some constellations on it, a moon belt buckle that is really, really cool. I like this one. This one's kind of nice. Cleo's piece is really chunky. This one feels pretty good. I like it. And then I'll take it off so we can look at the skirt. Okay, the skirt is black with some frayed edges. And then there is a gold thread right here, as you can see, to kind of like denote where like a seam would be. So it's like the center of the skirt. And there is kind of a sunset gradient pattern going on. We have orange to yellow to like red. Very, very pretty. And each skirt is going to be different depending on like how, what piece of fabric you get cut. So this is what mine looks like. But if you get this doll, yours will probably look different. And just some Velcro in the back. Pretty simple silhouette. We get a lot of skirts for Clawdeen, but I don't mind it. And then look at these. Look at these gladiator sandals. Are you kidding me? I also have to say the type of gold that they're using, like they do differ throughout. Like, do you see this? This is like very, very traditional gold. This is a little bit more toned down, like yes, less yellow gold. So I wish we were kind of consistent on like the gold we got for this doll, because these two match, but this one does not match. It's very minor, but it's worth mentioning. But something interesting is the fur is not attached to this gladiator sandal. So you can style them without the fur or with the fur. I'm sure we're going to see people putting this fur anywhere and everywhere, right? People are going to put it on their doll arms. It's going to be a choker. It's going to be on the upper thigh. Like it'll be placed everywhere in restyles, I'm sure. But I kind of like that. I don't mind it. At first I was kind of like, what? But I think it's kind of a cool feature. And like I said earlier, the fur is actually soft. And then there is a seam on the fur. So there's kind of like a right side to display it. And then there is the gladiator sandal. Beautiful shoe, gorgeous shoe. And the best part is look at this heel. Oh, and that is like is that a claw or like a mouth? I'm not sure, but it's teeth for sure. I like that. This needed a little bit of that monster element and some more constellations. This is like one of the top tier Monster High shoes, like one for the books for sure. I love these. And just a little bit of purple paint, but like just enough to kind of give it what it needs, right? And I might paint these down the line, but even as they are, they're pretty good. Like they don't need much work. Like, and that was the same kind of sentiment I had for Frankie and Cleo that I love about this series, is that they feel fully actualized, realized, complete visions. Like you can buy it, put it out of the box, put it on yourself, and you are good to go. And I need to redress my Clawdeen, but I will redress her and we'll do some closing thoughts. Okay, Clawdeen is all done. Here she is, put together. I really, really love her. I think she is a gorgeous doll. From head to toe, a complete vision. And I think she's going to stand out in collections. I kind of love the monochromatic purple vibe she's got going on. I think her color palette is gorgeous. They're really, really figuring out Clawdeen, what works for her, what doesn't work for her, and this is giving a lot more glamour than we've gotten from her in this generation, so I'm very happy in that regards. I think face, look at this face, stand out, makeup, gorgeous, fashion, stunning. Like what more could you ask for? A doll stand. But all things considered, I definitely think she is one of the best Clawdeen dolls we've had. I love Monster Ball. I love that one. And I do love like the classic signature Clawdeen. I've really grown fond of that doll. I like her more than the refreshed version of her. What other Clawdeens are there in this generation? Honestly, there's so many Clawdeen dolls. I feel like Clawdeen and Draculaura are just getting pushed out left and right. So it's very fun that we're getting a Clawdeen that feels very different from what we've gotten so far, especially on just like hair color alone. This is worth adding to your collection. I'm gonna definitely pick up more when she goes on sale because look at this hair color. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Okay. I do also want to have like a quick little blurb message reminder. I love collecting dolls and I love making videos and sharing these new releases as they come out, but I also love doing tons of other content, creative content like reroots or just random like video essays that come to my mind. It just depends on what energy I have and, you know, what my life's looking like. But I do want to just like give a subtle quick reminder to collect at your own pace and do not be overwhelmed by all of these releases. We just had all of these new refresh looks. We're getting Monster Fest. We're going to get Caddy Noir. We're going to get Spectra. There's a Hits 3-pack. There's Monster High Collector dolls. There's G1 releases. Like, there's so many new doll releases, and I know it's very overwhelming, overstimulating. And I come on here and I get to share these fun things, but, you know, I make videos for it, so I can kind of like justify it in my head differently because I'm like, well, I get to buy a fun doll and I can make a video for it, so it's kind of like two birds, one stone type situation. But not everyone out there is making videos about dolls. Like, you know, it's just not happening. There's tons of collectors who just collect all by their lonesome in their bedrooms like I did before, and do not feel the pressure to be like, I need to get every single new doll or I'm not a real collector. Like, do things at your own pace. Buy the dolls that truly speak to you, that you truly love, and, you know, don't give in to all of the like FOMO and the pressure that comes with tons of new releases. I know it's really easy to, and you know, you're probably like, Eli, why am I gonna listen to you? Like, you, so far it looks like you're buying every new doll. Yes, but I have really good stress tolerance. Like, these new releases excite me. Like, I am like so happy and so excited to get them. It does not overwhelm me. I'm not here like, oh my god, there's too many new dolls, like I don't know what to do. Like, I'm chilling, I'm thriving, I'm having fun, you know? But if you're someone with all these releases, like you're not feeling those things, you're feeling like, oh my god, I'm burnt out, this hobby's too much for me, I might need to take a step back. Sometimes that's okay. You can take a step back and you can supplement it in other ways. Maybe just watching videos is satisfactory enough. Like, who knows? But I just want to give that little reminder because I'm even like, oh my god, I just did all these new dolls. This is like my 6th new doll in the past like 2 weeks, and I just felt like, okay, I feel like I should say something because I'm like starting to realize like, okay, we still have Laguna, we still have Caddy, we still have Spectra, like we're gonna get another wave of Skulltimate Secrets. Like, there's so many new dolls coming out, and these will go on clearance. They will. They're $25 now, but I guarantee in like 3 months, $18, $15, eventually clearance out for like $12. It always happens. So if you're patient and you don't mind, wait a couple months. By the time Christmas rolls around, because it's here sooner than you think, these dolls will be clearanced out, and you can add beautiful dolls to your collection for a very cheap and fair price. Okay, that's the spiel for today. We just had a doll stand spiel. Today we're getting a collector spiel. Who knows what's next? But that is all I have for you. I normally like to go in and restyle their hair or wash it. I'm a little short for time today and I'm not going to be able to do that, so I'm sorry. But maybe by the time I get Laguna, Claudeen's hair will be restyled. You've seen the vibe here? Maybe. No guarantees. Okay, well, comment down below what you think of this new Clawdeen doll, and comment down what your favorite G3 Clawdeen doll has been. I am going to say this doll, which I know it's like recency bias, but she really, really is stunning, beautiful, and gorgeous, so I don't care. I'll be biased all I want. But yeah, let me know which Clawdeen is your favorite and speaks to you, and why, because I love hearing everyone's opinions. And that is all I have for you today. Thank you for hanging out with me as I ramble, as usual, about dolls. And this is my channel, Draculasia. My name is Eli, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.